Hello everyone, welcome to the very first iStaging talk of 2022. My name is Stefan and I'm here today as usual with my colleague Andrea, who you can speak with via the chat on the right hand side of your screen. Please let her know if the audio and video are good, which will be important for today's talk. I see already that Michael says there is no audio. So could someone else also indicate if there are any issues? Edgar says the audio is good. All right, Marilyn says audio and video are good. Thank you. So maybe Michael, if you're having, okay, great, awesome. We'll continue then. All right, great. So you can ask Andrea any questions throughout today's talk, and she'll be able to answer them. But we will also do a live Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So don't worry if you don't get an immediate answer. So we've got something really exciting for you guys today. We're going to be talking about our newest platform, the METAmakeR. Now, some of you may have already seen some information about the METAmakeR on our website or via email that you may have received from us or some social media posts. But today is all about giving you an introduction of what this platform is all about. Now, a lot of you probably know iStaging and are probably most famous for our VR Maker platform, which empowers all of you to create virtual experiences quickly and easily. They could be, experiences captured with 360 cameras, of physical spaces, basically creating digital twins, or something completely 3D rendered. There could be virtual tours, virtual showrooms, exhibitions, galleries, basically anything you could possibly imagine. And the METAmakeR, enables you or empowers you to do similar things, but there are a couple of key differences with that platform. And today I want to sort of show you a couple of samples and then highlight these differences for you guys to understand what is possible with the METAmakeR. And our team will be developing many more things and lots of features over the next couple months. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll get right into it. All right, so just give me a second. Okay. All right, now I will be looking to my right every once in a while, making sure that the audio is good and the video continues to work. In case it doesn't, Andrea will inform me about that. So hopefully you guys are seeing my screen right now. All right. Now I'm gonna talk about sort of the 5 key differences of the METAmakeR with two samples. All right. I think I'm not hearing anything from Andrea. I can't see the chat at the moment. That's why I'm checking. But hopefully everything works fine. Okay. So this is a sample, basically a fashion-related sample created with our METAmakeR platform. And the first thing that you'll notice is that you'll be able to actually move also in 360, so you can turn and look all around. All right, that's the first thing. Now, I'm afraid that maybe because I'm sharing my screen and we're using webinar software, it might be a bit slower on your side, but we'll be able to actually share this experience with you after the webinar, so you can explore yourself. But just give it a couple seconds in case that it doesn't immediately load on your screen. Now, one of the key differences here is that instead of, let's say, 360 panorama views, which is what our VR Maker platform is based on, the METAmakeR is based on a complete, real, true 3D environment. So the first difference is the walkthrough experience. Instead of basically zooming out and zooming back into the next panorama, because this is real 3D, you're basically, you're really able to sort of walk through without zooming out and zooming back in. So I can essentially click anywhere I want and go wherever I would like to go within this space. So I'll just click a little forward, and you'll see that instead of zooming out, I'm literally walking through this environment. And that's what one of the main differences is, because we're basically in true 3D. Now, as with all of our solutions and products, you'll be able to build this yourself. So again, it's not us doing it. You have full control over what it is that you're building, and you can add all the visuals and the videos and products and websites and checkout pages yourself, just as you're used to with the VR Maker. But I'll move a bit forward as well, and then you'll see the second sort of key difference is that we're able to actually work with green screen videos. So you see real people, that have been recorded using a green screen. You can upload them and add them in the space, and that obviously adds an additional dimension. It makes it so much more immersive when I'm actually seeing real people here. In this case, models showcasing, their fashion, which is really, really, really cool. All right. All right. Now and that's besides, the videos and the tags and the products that you can actually add as well. Okay, so that's the second one. Now I'm going to move a little bit further, and we'll get a bit closer to one of the shelves to look at some products. All right. So again, you can see the walkthrough experience. I hope that, just checking, guys. Yeah. All right. I think we're still good. All right. So the same as what you're used to with the VR Maker platform. Here also, you'll be able to add your products, and almost all of it is clickable as well. So you can have pop-up windows with images and descriptions and titles and prices and links to checkout pages or websites. All right, that's still there. Obviously, really important when you're creating this experience, whether it is a gallery or an exhibition. Or a showroom where you want to actually indicate or showcase products. All right. So I'll just move a little bit like this, and you can see that the combination of those videos with the green screen, videos and the posters and the images in this space looks really, really immersive and actually very real. So you can really create something, really cool. Okay, so those are the first two things, so the walkthrough experience and the green screen videos. Now I'll move to my second sample to actually talk about two other key differences. So I'll just close this, and we'll move to an iStaging showroom. Now what I'm about to show you is actually a demo, so that's not yet available on the platform. And the first thing that you'll see here is that we can choose avatars. All right, so we'll be able to use avatars in these spaces, which is something that you're not able to do in the VR Maker, but you will be able to do in the METAmakeR. Now I'll add my name. Here we go. Okay, very good. Now I think a lot of you probably have heard the term. Oh, I see that I'm already moving. I'll just move back. A lot of you have heard the term Metaverse. Here we go. All right. In the past couple months, and it's probably going to be the buzzword, the tech buzzword of 2022 as well. But I think for a lot of people, it's still a bit unclear what Metaverse really means or what it's about. Now, it actually is not super complicated. It's more, the way that we're going to be interacting with different technologies. The combination of various technologies. So they can include augmented reality and virtual reality, artificial intelligence. And right now we're still interacting, using desktops and smartphones and basically to your screens. But eventually that might move to, glasses or who knows, any other way of interacting with these technologies. And obviously avatars is one way of an improved or improving the way that we're interacting with technology. And this is a first sample of that, a first demo, right? Even though the avatars, you're still not seeing them with glasses, you're still seeing them on your screen, but it's the first idea of what is possible. Now, I'm an avatar here, and you can already see that Andrea, who I've asked to join the showroom as well, is in a different location from me. But anyone that is joining, an experience in the METAmakeR with an avatar, you'll be able to see other avatars that are there at the same time as well, live. So I now know that Andrea is looking and is right there in this showroom with me. All right. And again, if you have 5 or 10 other people, you'll be able to see those people as well. Now, I'll just close this. I think we're still good, right? I hope that, yeah, I think the audio and video are still okay. And you'll eventually be able to communicate with these avatars as well. There is already a public chat room, all right? But very soon, you'll be able to use your audio of your desktop or your laptop to actually talk, I would be able to talk to Andrea in this showroom, or connect with her, or exchange business cards, or exchange contact information in this showroom, which is obviously a way of interacting and connecting in a virtual world that we haven't really seen very clearly before, right? Where in the VR Maker, obviously that experience is great, but we're not really sure who else is looking or who else is in that showroom. Oh, okay. Sorry guys, I'll just turn this off. Okay, great. Yes, and in this experience, you will be able to do that. So again, it's still a demo, so we're still in development, but it's a first glimpse of what will be possible very, very soon. Now, so that's the third thing that I wanted to talk about. And the fourth thing, and you've already probably seen that, so I'll move a little bit this way. So here is that because we are in a 3D environment, we can now also upload real 3D models in the environment. Okay, so here, for example, you see the airplane, and you've seen like the air balloon and the little train. Real 3D models that you can upload, where you can basically walk around and interact with them as well. So now it's set to auto rotation and automatically rotates. But very soon you'll be able to rotate yourself and interact with these models, which is obviously a more immersive experience than just seeing a 2D image of a product. Even though that that is really useful in in the VR Maker that you guys are used to. This takes it a step further, being able to upload your 3D models. Okay, so those are sort of the four, I think, main differences of things that you haven't seen before. What is going to be possible? Some of these are already possible right now. So obviously the walkthrough experience, the green screen videos, and uploading 3D models you can do at this very moment. The avatars will come very, very soon. To build an experience that is unlike you've probably seen before. Okay, now the fifth thing that and the last thing that I want to mention is related to the editing. Because we're in a 3D environment, a 3D world, the editing is also a little bit different from what you're probably used to. And I want to give you a quick look at what that actually is going to look like. I'm not going to spend too long on this, because we will do more training sessions, in the coming weeks and months related to, the METAmakeR, and explain everything that you could do here. But just to give you a quick idea. So this is what the editing platform for the METAmakeR looks like. And you would choose, you will start by adding a scene. So it's pretty straightforward still. You can choose add a scene. You can choose one out of two templates that are currently available. We'll be adding more templates, in February, in the coming months. And then, the same way that you would upload tags and videos and visuals and descriptions in the VR Maker, here you'll be able to do the same thing under material management. And you can upload images, websites, GIFs, videos, and 3D models. All right. So that's the first thing. You'll first have to upload that information here before you go into editing your scene. Now, once I've uploaded all my information, I can go to my scene and choose the scene that I'm actually looking to edit. All right. And we'll just click on edit. Pretty straightforward. All right. So here we go. So now we're in the editing sort of scene or menu here. And because this is a 3D environment, you'll be able to walk through this environment using the keys. So you'll see, if I move here, I can actually move through this entire 3D environment like that, using the keys on my keyboard. So the Q, W, E, A, S, D keys to move left and right and up and down. All right, like that, up or down a little bit. Okay. And now on the left side, you have all of the things, all the visuals that you can add that you've already uploaded under material management. So just to give you a quick idea, we'll upload a 3D model here, and I'll choose a little greeting dog. And once you click on that, you'll see that your 3D model basically appears here in the middle. All right. And a couple of things, in terms of moving, there are three things that you can essentially change or adjust or edit with this 3D model. Number one, the position, all right? Number two is the scale. And number three is rotation, all right? You can rotate it. So just to quickly show you, moving across these axes that you see back and forth. So, blue or red, I can do that. All right, then scale, all right, if I click on the number 2, so the instructions here are on the left. If I click on 2, I'll be able to adjust the scale of my 3D model, making it bigger or smaller, all right? And number 3 is actually rotating, all right? So rotating your 3D model like that, or for example, if I choose red, along the red axis here, you can adjust, the angle of your 3D model. And this way of editing would go for all of the visuals. So this is a 3D model, but even if you upload text or images or videos or GIFs, you'll be able to edit it like that in this environment. So it's definitely a little bit different, right? Maybe a bit more advanced. Again, you don't really need any technical knowledge to do this, but just maybe a little bit of practice, right? Especially if you're used to what you can do with our VR Maker. This is obviously in this 3D environment a little bit different, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. But we'll get into more of this, in the next webinars. So I'll just stop sharing. All right. Oh, good. All right. Now, just to recap, all right, a quick summary. So the METAmakeR, the 5 key things that are different here. Number 1 was the walkthrough experience, right? Instead of zooming out and zooming in, I'm literally walking through this experience because we're literally in true 3D. Number 2 were the green screen videos that you can add a new dimension to your experience. Number 3 were the avatars that will be, coming very, very soon. And, then that is really a step in the direction of better interaction in a virtual world with other people in showrooms or exhibitions. Number 4 is uploading your 3D models, all right, your real 3D models within the environment. And then the 5th one is more on the editing side, which I've shown you that editing obviously in 3D is a little bit different because we're now in a, it's more spatial, if you could say it like that, right? Instead of in just a panoramic image where you would do the editing in the VR Maker, in the METAmakeR, it's in 3D. So that gives you an idea of what the METAmakeR can potentially do, and there's so much more to come over the next couple of weeks and months. But let's look at some questions. Now, before I look at the questions, before I forget, you can already experience this yourself. So you can try it out, all right? If you, for free, there's a free trial available on our website, okay? You just go to pricing and then you choose METAmakeR instead of VR Maker. And you can upload or sign up for a free trial. So I would highly recommend that you do that to just play around with what's possible. And once you get into that, the same with VR Maker. Once you get into that stuff, your imagination will go wild and think about all of the things that potentially are possible. Again, the VR Maker is our most advanced platform right now because we've been building that out for years, and the METAmakeR is quite recent. So in terms of functionalities, VR Maker is still most advanced, but METAmakeR has definitely some key differences that hopefully are clear after today's talk. All right, Alex, what are the options to upload your own room, building, or world? Okay, so right now you cannot yet upload them, upload your own, but eventually that will, we want to make that possible to be able to upload your own 3D, mod, or yeah, your own world essentially. All right. Now, in what kind of files, and that's still a bit unclear because it's not yet possible, but it will be made available very, very soon. Okay, so at the moment, you can only choose the templates that are available, but our team is also working on, making more templates ready so that you can choose more templates, and maybe one of those would actually work for what you're looking for. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Michael, can you insert a tour created using VR Maker into the METAmakeR environment using tags or links? Yes, you can. So you could essentially link, if instead of adding a website, you could add a tour of the VR maker. All right, and that would essentially be the same thing. So you would be able to do that. Now, if you're talking about, yeah, no, actually, it's basically that. I'll just keep it at that. It would be possible to do it. It's, if you really truly want to merge them together, that doesn't really work yet. But linking to it, or opening it in a sort of a web tag, as an iframe within the METAmakeR environment, you are able to do that already. So yes. Okay, hope that answers your question. All right, let's see. Are there any? Oh, here, Ashley. Excuse me. Is there a way to merge a VR Maker tool with some of the functionalities of this? So yes, I hope that I kind of just answered that with Michael's question. So you would be able to do that. Obviously, you first have to build your METAmakeR environment or choose a template, and then you can upload. If you in the material management, you, for example, would upload either an image, a tag, or a website. You could link to that to your VR Maker experience. Okay, so that would be the way to do it right now. It might be further developed in the near future, but that's the current way of doing it. So it would be possible. Sean, how many scenes currently can we choose from? Currently, there are 2. All right, there are 2 scenes. So the one that I showed you, like with the iStaging showroom, that's one, and there's another one available as well. But I think in early February we'll be adding 3 or 4 more, and hopefully, towards the end of February or maybe early March, we'll add a bunch more. All right, so we want to give you that flexibility, because we also know that in terms of 3D environment, not everyone can easily create that, right? So we want to make it easy, the same way that we have tons of templates in our VR Maker. We also want to do that for the METAmakeR, for you guys to choose that from, to make it easy to get started. All right, does the green screen video mean Chrome key video is acceptable? What background color is not essential, like yellow, blue? Okay, now I have to be honest, I'm not really sure what you meant by chroma key video. All right, but I can share with you, well, obviously green screen video, it needs to be a green background. All right, so yellow and blue and any other color doesn't work. But for green, there are obviously tons of different shades of green, and there are certain colors that do and don't work. So we will actually put this in our help center. All right, but I will also be able to share it with you right after the webinar. I can send you sort of an image where you can see which green colors actually work. All right, I hope that answers your question, but it needs to be a green background. Yes. Is it all customizable, like using any SDK? So an SDK is not yet available here, but in terms of customizable, yeah. So all of the visuals that you see, you can customize that. The only thing is that the environment, so the template itself, is not yet customizable. However, the same way that we could do that for the VR Maker, in the METAmakeR, we also have a team that would be able to build something customized for you. All right, obviously that would be a bit more time consuming and also a bit more costly. The price would be a bit higher, but it is a possibility. All right. All right, Ashley, what usages do you recommend for this at this point? Would a person be able to actually purchase an item for the environment, or does it exit to a website to finish the transaction? All right, great question, Ashley. It's something that I actually wanted to talk about. So in terms of, can you purchase an item? You can have a website that is basically iframed within the METAmakeR, and that could be a checkout page that happens right there. So it doesn't actually exit or open in a new tab. The same way that you would use the web tag in the VR Maker, where you can also do that. All right. So in the METAmakeR, you can do that. It doesn't necessarily you have to exit. But in terms of usages, so what can you actually, if you're talking about, okay, I want to build a virtual showroom. Oh, I hope that I see that the connection sometimes drops a bit, but I hope it's still okay. In terms of usages, virtual showrooms and virtual exhibitions are already built in the METAmakeR, so that we already have clients that are doing that at the moment. If you are not very experienced with this type of technology, you haven't done this before, and it's the first time you want to do this, I think that the VR Maker is a great starting point. Also because that's for sure our most advanced platforms in terms of functionalities. But yeah, essentially you could choose both, and I think it also depends on what it is that you're trying to build. So for example, if you have access to tons of green screen videos or 3D models that you want to upload, obviously that would, we would recommend the METAmakeR. But if you say, I don't have that stuff, all right, I just have my 2D images that I can upload, then the better way would be, the better option would be the 2D Maker. So what I would recommend is, if you want a recommendation, is to reach out to us and say, okay, this is what I'm looking to build. And then our team can recommend what would be best for you guys. All right. I think that in the beginning, that would be helpful. Pratik, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. How it's done, I really don't know how to do it. Okay. All right. So actually, you can sign up to a METAmakeR free trial via the website, and you can build this. You start building these yourself. There is a tutorial video available on our YouTube channel, so go and check it out, and also make sure that you subscribe while you're there, so that you get updated on new videos, because more tutorial videos and all that, and also all of our webinars are there, so you can check them out. And we will also do more training sessions in the next couple weeks, months, all right, for the METAmakeR. So don't worry, you can absolutely do it. You don't need any technical knowledge to be able to build these experiences. But today was really an introduction, right? What is this all about? What can you potentially build? And hopefully you've learned a bit about that today. Can we enter the VR showroom into the METAmakeR? I'm not quite sure what your question is here. Maybe you could clarify a bit, but I'll also be happy to talk to you after the webinar. So just reach out, and then we can have a bit of a longer conversation, and I can tell you a bit more about what it is or how we might be able to help you. All right. All right. Let's see if there are any other. I see that Ashley is asking, is there Oculus compatibility? Right now, not yet. Not yet Oculus compatible, but maybe that might happen in the future. We're just not entirely sure yet. So we're still building out new functionalities within the platform. So as soon as new features are launched, you'll be updated about it, either through webinars or emails from us. And if it becomes compatible with the Oculus or any other headset, then we will let you guys know about that. All right. But at the moment, not yet. All right. All right. Ashley, thanks a lot. We appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for your time and in joining us today. Okay, Sean, yes, we will upload it on YouTube. Absolutely. So within the next 2 hours or so, it will be available on YouTube. All right. Fantastic. Now, if your question is not yet answered, we'll go through the questions after the webinar, and if we'll reach out to you personally to answer any of your questions. If you have any other questions, I can imagine you can reach out to our customer service. You can talk to me directly, or Andrea, or some of my other colleagues that can help you out. Also, if you go to our help center, so if you go to our website and choose support, there is a section related to the METAmakeR with a bunch of questions to sort of give you an idea of what's to come, and some basic questions that you might have. Again, like Andrea said, you can send an email to hello@iStaging.com. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I hope that this was helpful, that you've gotten a better idea of what the METAmakeR can potentially do. It's still early stage, and I would recommend that you do a trial. And if you are new to iStaging, so if this is the first time that you're joining us, or you're not really sure what we're doing, I think that the VR Maker is also a great way to start. All right, to just get going with that, because there are tons of things you can do with that. Great experiences as well. It's not, one is not better than the other. They're just different platforms. I think that's important to understand, depending on the experience that you're trying to build. All right. Some experiences just work much better on the VR Maker. In other cases, you say, hey, the METAmakeR would work better for my special or my case specifically. Okay. Thanks again, guys. I wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Have a nice weekend. And hopefully we'll see you guys in the next iStaging talk, which will happen in sometime in February. So stay tuned for that. And feel free to reach out to us in the meantime if you have any other questions. Thanks a lot for your time, and I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers. Thanks.